Come on. I literally just heard your heart skip beat. I know you're awake. Why are you not sleeping? Mm-hmm. Do you know that it's very distracting to sleep when you're not? My whole sleep cycle depends on you sleeping as well, so if you could maybe consider, don't know, maybe? Yeah, I figured. Okay. You are gonna tell me what's wrong, and I'm just gonna sit here, wait till you're done, and then figure out what we can do. Right? I thank you, Alpha. Okay, start up. Good. Oh. I mean, you're practically screaming that into the bond, yeah, so yeah, I can feel that. Wait, are you? I should have guessed. I should have guessed. Okay. So, TLDR. You are jealous of the guy that looked at my butt in the gym today. What do you mean, not just today? Wait, he does it every day? For how long? 6 months? The fuck? What? Wait, really? Oh my god. He actually does. He actually doesn't. Oh my god, I did not know that. Jeez. Kinda obsessive. Well, I didn't say I didn't like it. The obsessive thing. But not if it's not you, you know? But seriously, can you stop shooting out those jealous pheromones? Thank you. It's very distracting. Very, very distracting. Please, I beg you. Baby, come on. Don't pout. The fuck? Don't. Come on. Let me sleep. Let me have that. Once. Come on. I know you are the person with the more dominant side here, but come on. Let me sleep. You can't. Figured you still cannot. Fuck. Okay. You know what? Fuck this. Fuck this. I'm just gonna read you a book, okay? And you're gonna fall asleep. Or God forbid. Or goddess forbid. I will make you sleep. I don't care how. I don't care if I need to hit you on your head until you fall asleep. Or if I need to give you fucking melatonin shit until you fall asleep. But you are gonna fall asleep, or we both are gonna have a problem. Okay? Alright, thank you. Love you. Okay. So, let me just get the book. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna start in the middle because why not? I mean, you don't really read, so Why would you care if to get spoilers? You don't even know what it's about. um, I remember getting a ride from my neighbor. I say quietly, speaking more to my coffee than anything else. She offered it when I was walking. I think I made it to the office. Needed my purse. Not sure if I found it or not. And I remember Mark sitting and he offered help. I don't know why he would do that though. I had her full attention. Lottie was also watching me, smile tugging at her lips. Something tried to sink its claws into me. Typically, I knew what feelings, though, trying to exert their will on me. I meant, I could pretend to wear the right expression, love the right things. I didn't know this feeling. It was warm and it was unknown. And I think I remember a car, other than my neighbors. I kept talking, just trying to get the glimpses and flashes out of my fogged up brain while keeping my attention on Val. Shouting and clouds? Something soft, and I looked down again. That emotion climbing my spine like a ladder, heat crawling all the way to my cheeks. Safe. The words stuck in my throat. I couldn't bring my lips to say it. My hands trembled. Lottie placed her hand on the top of my own, her thumb absently stroking, sending little shivers down through my skin. I didn't like being touched, for as tactile as I was. I was very picky about who touched me. My hand lifted, letting her wrap her fingers around it and pull it into her lap. I sank lower in the chair and Val studied me. It was quiet. It hung over us like a blanket, warm and heavy, comforting under its embrace. When was the last time I didn't have to cover silence up with music or pack stream? When did the silence stop meaning and I had fucked up and was going to get yelled at? Can you describe Mark? Val asked after a few minutes had passed. Black hair like it's wet, slimy. I don't know what to call it. The admission made me fidget. And a few inches shorter than you. Never seen him without a suit and a stupid pink tie. I tried to think, not wanting her to be, disappointed? I shook my head, deciding to come back to that thought later. It's all I can think of. Sorry. I don't look at people very closely. Sorry. My eyes fell on Lottie, squeezed my hand tighter. That could be him, Val said after thinking for a bit. He had been chasing you for a while by the time I caught up. His hair was a mess, but the tie sounds about right. Bubblegum pink? I nod, my face scrunching up in confusion. Why would he be chasing me? I'm not sure, the Alpha shrugged. He called you his Omega? I might have believed him, though anyone who body slams their Omega into a wall. She trailed off, free hand clenching into a fist. Damn, babe, that's literally you. Jesus Christ, man. That's you. In the flesh. You would like Val. Like, she's you. She would talk for hours, I think. Like, you and her are the same person. So protective, nice, and gentle. Damn. It's like a mirror, you know? I'm not sure. Oh, wait. No, wait, I was there. Oh, whoopsie. Sorry. What? I said, eyes going wide. Could he have done that? He was a prick, but he never stopped flirting with me, and even when I asked. But to go as far as to chase me? Why? Why would he really do that? Though that might explain why my head felt like I was underwater. Lottie nodded in agreement. It was luck, really. I was looking out of the window when I saw you running past the shop. Dennis Alpha sprinting after you. I called Alpha right away, begged her to catch up with you. I thought he was going to kill you. Her voice was small as she finished, both hands wrapping around my own and squeezing tight. I no longer knew if she was comforting me or if I was comforting her. I but why? No matter how I tried, I could not understand why would anyone care. Why either of them would help me, let alone remember me. Lottie looked at me, meeting my eyes. You don't feel it? She looked almost sad, maybe a little surprised. I don't really feel anything, I mumbled, attention back to the table. The admission made embarrassment want to bubble up. My throat thickened, but I was still easy to ignore. Lottie looked like she wanted to say more, mouth opening, but Val spoke instead. After that, Lottie did her best to dress your wounds. When you woke up, we took you to the hospital and I confirmed you had a concussion and shouldn't be alone. Val and Lottie were looking at each other, a sudden conversation I was not part of, passing between them before Lottie sighed and looked at our hands, fidgeting and playing with my fingers. Jeez, I didn't know it was this dramatic. I mean, wait, let me just peek a bit. Yo, oh no, it gets even more dramatic. But at least, at least your fucking pheromones have gone down, Jeez. I know you were like agitated a bit, but holy cow. It's so much better now. You're doing so good, Listening to me, snuggling up to me. You're the eternal doomed big spoon. Big, fluff, soft. Well, whatever soft muscles are, but, soft in its own way, maybe. Your pulse is really relaxing, like boom, boom, boom. It's really relaxing. And my back all the time. Like, I can really feel it. You can even hear it through the fucking headrest thing, the pillow. Jeez. Yeah, I'm still adjusting language barriers, things, I'm doing my best, but sometimes words just get lost in my head. You know me. Your favorite ADHD omega. Okay, wait. Let me continue. Yeah. The comfortable silence fell again. I still found that strange, though I could be quiet around these two in ways I couldn't even be when I was alone. I let Lottie keep my hand, trying not to admit that I liked it. How long we sat like that, I don't know, drinking coffee and nibbling on sandwiches. No pressure, just existing. Did I have my purse? I eventually asked, legs fidgeting. Val smiled at me. Yes, we got it in the hall closet. I nodded, squeezing Lottie's fingers and taking a deep breath. You said I could get a ride back to my apartment? It wasn't home. A fact that still stung. I could feel tendrils clawing at my subconscious. I didn't want to leave. The anxiety was rising the more I thought about that. The jagged sharp edges of fear cutting me at the thought of being alone again. Of course, Val said far too sweetly. Artificially so, like she was disappointed, but trying not to let it bother me. You should come back to the cafe, Lottie blurted to me in a rush. Tomorrow, that is. You should come. I'll make you another mocha. Her speech stumbled, quick and raw and full of emotions that I could not make sense of. Her eyes were almost glassy, begging me to listen. Leaning into my space, clutching my hand closer to her chest. It was so much. Couldn't speak, so I just nodded instead. Finish the coffee first, Val said, smiling at me. Lottie squealed, jumping from her chair and wrapping me in a hug, dancing from foot to foot in her excitement. It was bright. They were warm. Oh, shut up. I'm not like Lottie. No, I'm not. I'm certainly not. Okay, maybe the dance part, Alpha, but come on. You're just cruel. You just broke my poor heart. Huh, yeah, I agree. But, like, look at it 2 years ago, okay? Okay? You know, the day you bit me, okay? How skittish was I? Come on, tell me. Oh, that's a lie. You know I could stop. You are mean. Holy shit. Note to self, whenever you're sleepy, you're mean. I should note that somewhere. But, you know, you should try to just slowly breathe now, maybe, in the next chapter, so maybe you fall asleep now. And I can also sleep. That would be very nice of you. Okay, I'm gonna go a bit softer to maybe get you in the right headspace now. I handed the skittish Omega her vanilla iced coffee and looked at the time. It was almost 4, and Hazel hadn't shown up yet. I worried at my lip, scanning the heads in the cafe. It was very lively, as it often was on a Friday. Enough to keep me busy, but not enough to stop the worry as I was feeling. I didn't know what worried me more. The idea that she didn't want to come back, the idea that she didn't want to see us again, or the idea that she got attacked again, walking into town. Stupid. I should have suggested Alpha to pick her up. Then at least I would have known she was safe. I wanted to hurt myself, ground myself, cut the anxiety from my flesh. It's always a fight not to let that part of me win, to not bash my head in the wall or kick something. I didn't particularly want another canning tonight, though. More like I didn't want Alpha to be disappointed in me. The bell on the door rang, and I looked over, hoping to see the brown-haired Omega walking in. My shoulders fell as I realized it wasn't her. It was one of our regulars, Ryan, pulling another Omega with him, who looked like he had never seen a cafe before. In fairness, he might not have. It was not uncommon for Omegas to never leave the house, kept as a commodity and tossed out when they were no longer needed. Holy shit, that's terrible. What the fuck? The pair walked up to me. It's been a while, I said, smiling at the new Omega, who was eyeing me with half hiding behind his face. Yeah, it's been a lot, Ryan said, looking anywhere but me, his cheeks reddening. He was obviously crashing on the Omega at his back. All it did was make me more aware that Hazel did not come through the door. We chatted like that for the last 10 minutes. I was right about the Omega. The Alpha had recently dumped them and Ryan was looking out for him. I took their order and gave them some resources for stray Omegas, but I never realized I was never really with them. Whoops. My mind wandering back to Hazel, wondering if she was okay or just didn't like me. The more time that passed, the more sure I was that I had messed everything up like I always do. I busied myself with the order. It was a nice distraction, but Even that was not enough to calm the raging storm of emotions. I never handled those well. I would get whelmed and drink or do other far worse things. I wasn't allowed to do these anymore, though. I had fewer things to spin me like a top and send me into a panic nowadays. Still, when it got bad, I would beg Alpha to cover me in bruises and remind me that my body belonged to her. I bought out the drinks and looked at the time again. 20 minutes till 5. It felt like I was full of hornets, buzzing in my ears, filling my head with the thundering wing beats, drowning out the thought, sound, and reason. Ryan looked at me a little weird, and I smiled in what I had hoped was a reassuring way and went back behind the counter. You asleep yet, babe? Come on. I can feel your heart rate going down. Finally, going to sleep, huh? Nice. That's good. Frowning, I tapped the scenting icon on a profile, a little silhouette of a person's neck with the rings like ripples behind it. It was a small flood of images, photos of boxes crammed into a car, mountains, and a gas station. More than a few of them had a large orange cat, half draped over the shoulder of a woman, strawberry blondie curl, and bright pink nails. There were at least 100 of them from all kinds of places and stops. And then there at the bottom of the list, a photo of a car, half full and Hazel carrying a box. She wore a smile, wore it like a dress that didn't fit, baggy and falling off her as if trying to escape. A false smile. It didn't reach her eyes. She didn't glow. I hated it. My hands fisted in the fabric of my dress, a growl escaping my lips. I hated her. This girl. And the faces she made Hazel wear. Furiously, I scrolled through her photos, tapping on any that had Hazel in them. A kaleidoscope of masked emotions that had me shaking and growling the more I scrolled. The hollow, muted expressions Hazel had worn around her were more authentic than any of the masks in the photo. No matter how many photos I looked at, none of them had a girl who called me pretty. None had the girl who called me pretty, who whispered my name like something precious. Have a good night, Lottie. I jumped, looking up to find Ryan and his Omega friend waving to me as they left. Night, I said, waving back. The cafe was empty, people having left while I was letting my emotions overwhelm me. She never came. I think, knocking the door. Did something happen to her? Or was I the only one who thought we could have something more? Was I too much? Was she not available? I looked down at my phone, grip tightening around it. I hadn't even considered the possibility. She fell into my life and overwhelmed me with her. Everything screamed that we were meant to be together. The universe itself punishing us to meet. It's like us, babe. God. It's like us, you know? The idea that she wasn't single was unthinkable. Heart pounding in my chest, I opened Ferrogram again and opened the last photo Hazel was sent it in. The same woman in all of the photos was lounging on a bed, among half unpacked clothes. Pile of boxes made up the background, and a massive orange cat sprawled over the bed, looking like they were about to fall off, but far too lazy to do anything about it. I took a deep breath. The cafe was too hot, everything was too hot. My finger trembled and I tapped to read the description. Missing my girl, can't wait to have her in my arms, where she belongs. Tic Tac misses her too. Of course she had a girlfriend. Someone as stunning as her was bound to get swept up. I was so stupid for thinking she would be taken. She wouldn't be taken. Was she even poly? I fell to my knees, let myself just feel the ache at the middle of my chest, clawing, climbing a lump up my throat, the stinging at the corner of my eyes, heralding me to tears. Alpha loved it, though she preferred to bring them out through pain. I took deep breath, calming my racing heart and trying to not let myself fall apart. I had to finish closing. Later, I would ask Alpha to make me cry all the tears I couldn't let myself cry now later. Finally you're asleep. You're so good against me, babe. You smell so fucking good. Good night, Alpha.